Hi guys, it's Monica from Yellow Brick DIY, and today we are unboxing our Margarita tier tray kit. So I opened the box and this is exactly how your kit comes. If you have this kit, you have a lot of paint, but there were a lot of really cute colors for this kit, so I gave them all to you. So you have your paints, you have your supply bag, which has a little paintbrush for details, makeup sponges for all the rest of the painting, super glue, and a toothpick, which I will show you in a minute what that is for. You have a little bag here. This includes your banner pieces, little extra pieces like this, and these little chips and limes and lemons on here. It also has your string to do your banner. Here's your banner finished up here. And it also has a string and a bead for your It's 5 o'clock somewhere tag. So that's all in that bag. So let's just go piece by piece. First, you have your little cactus. You'll paint both sides of these green, and they literally just interlock just like this. And they stand on their own just like this. And when they're done and painted, this is what they look like. There is a big one and a small one. This is what they look like finished. And here's your big one and small one. Just don't forget to paint both sides of those. That's super easy. You have this little taco. So the theme of this kit, I will tell you guys, is that a lot of things are scored and engraved on here. And that just means that you have to be a little careful with painting, but I'm going to show you a quick trick. So in the taco, you see the shell has some detailed lines on it. That's called a scored line. This is in separate pieces just to make painting easier for you. So this taco will get painted this cream color in your kit. Then you have a separate piece for lettuce, a separate piece for cheese, and the backer is just what you're going to glue them all to. You don't have to paint this piece. You're just going to glue it all together when you're done painting. But to paint these lines, I'm just going to show you an example. I just have a scrap piece of wood. You're going to take your makeup sponge. I'm using a paper plate, which I always have next to me when I'm painting, but like a piece of newspaper or whatever will do. Just something that you can dab the paint off, and you want to be obnoxious about it. Dab so much of the extra paint off, like 15 dabs if you have to count. Like, do a lot. Make that sponge wet, but not a lot. And if you lightly press like this, I'm not here, you hear that squish? I'm not pressing like that. I'm lightly pressing. And see how, yes, it takes a few more times, but it's still going to cover. If you lightly press with a little bit of paint over on that sponge, those lines are completely visible and no paint seeps inside of them. I promise. But that's the key. Light coats of paint and dab, 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 all that extra paint off, and lightly dab. Don't press it on there. And I promise you'll see all of your details. So that's the taco. And that happens a lot in this kit. So the 5 o'clock somewhere, this is engraved, even easier. Same deal. You'll paint the whole tag pink, like I did in this example, or whatever color you want. But whatever color you choose, paint right over top of these scored lines. When the paint dries, that's going to come right back. You're going to see them, and that is just to make placement easier for you. The 5 hangs off of the tag a little bit, and then you can see exactly where to glue the word somewhere, which is all one piece, thank God, and so is it's all one piece, and you can just glue that right on, and then you'll know exactly how to have it. You'll know it's straight. There's no guesswork, which makes it a lot easier. And then you'll put your string and your bead on there. So the Margarita bar sign is the same. The lines are scored. A lot of these words are merged, or letters or words merged together. So you'll paint the whole sign. Don't be afraid to paint over those scored lines. I promise they'll come back. You'll still see them for when it's time for placement. And then inside of your little accessory bag, you'll see these extra salt and pepper shakers, lime, and a cup. You'll know they're for this sign because they don't have holes in them like the banners do. And then you'll see in your kit you have these 4 pieces of wood. That is how you're going to just build this little frame around. It kind of gives it like a tiki feel. So you're going to, oops, not drop it. It's hard to do this not laying it down, but glue your 2 side pieces on first. And 2 are longer, 2 are shorter. Glue your 2 side pieces on first, and then you'll just put the middle right in there on top. You'll just put a little glue on the edge there, and then it'll link up right on the side here. You're just gonna glue it right to the side of the piece of wood. And when you are done, it makes this adorable little tiki style frame. So next we have this adorable Margarita shiplap board. So same deal with the shiplap. The lines are scored. You're gonna take your sponge, lightly dab, 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 dab. Now, if you choose to paint yellow, I will tell you, if you give this a coat of white first, the yellow goes on a lot easier. I didn't do that, but so it took like three coats of paint. So it's up to you. If you don't mind a couple coats, start all yellow, but if you want it to go quicker, do a coat of white first, and then honestly, you probably will only need one coat of yellow. If you get any in your scored lines, that's what the toothpick is for. You're gonna take that toothpick and run it across that line, and if you do have paint in there, it'll come right out. So that makes it a lot easier. Everything in here is separate for easy painting. So you'll paint this a dark green, paint this a light green, white for your foam. This is scored, so remember, dab, dab, lightly dab, dab that paint off, and then you can just glue it all together, and you don't have to worry about being fancy on the paint job. So that is that. Next is chip dipping and Margarita sipping. This is pretty self-explanatory. Same deal, scored lines, so just paint knowing that those lines are there. The little apostrophe is engraved on there for you so that you don't have that little piece to glue on. And this is how it looks. Same deal, everything is scored for you for easier placement. Paint right over that, it'll be fine, and then you can just glue it right on. I hope that makes life easier for you guys. Now, on this last sign, the I need a nap, 3 tacos, and a margarita, I have a piece of painter's tape. That is not necessarily for the sign, it's just how I wanted to store the tape so that nothing happened to it. What you're gonna do, I'm just gonna take a new piece. You are gonna take your painter's tape, of course this roll is almost gone, and lay it down and take your letters that are single, like the chip dipping and maybe the bars, Margaritaville, and just stick them on your tape. This way, when you're painting, it's there and you don't have to hold them. They're all there for you in one place. And then you can just dab that paint onto your letters and nothing goes anywhere. And you don't have to hold them. Your fingers won't get so messy. And then you'll just take it off the tape when it's dry and glue it onto your board. So that's what the tape is there for, to hold your letters. This sign is no different. Some is engraved, some is scored, so you know the deal. Dab that paint off and lightly dab over top of this. I promise, as long as you follow that rule, it'll be good. And then the nap, tacos, and margarita is scored, so you'll know exactly where to place those, and they are all one piece for you, so easy as well. Last but not least, in your kit, you have a stand. You'll paint both sides of these any color of your choice, and they interlock just like the cactus, so you'll just stick whatever sign you'd like on there. And you have one of these little sign stands, which is so cute. For my kit, I used it, I think I used it for this sign. It doesn't matter, really, whatever works for your tray. But you'll just take this and you'll glue the slot to the back, at the bottom and to the middle. And then when you're ready to sit it on your tray, this piece just slides in. You don't have to glue this piece in. You can just slide it right in like that. And then, of course, it's not gonna really work that great since it's not glued for me, but it literally holds it and it just sits right in place without like a bigger, bulkier stand. And that is it, guys. That is your margarita tray. Oh, the banner. I forgot your banner. Like I said, all your little pieces are in your kit for the banner. Isn't this so cute? And your 2 little chips, I used my paintbrush and I painted the little guac and cheese on them. You can do the same. And then I also used my paintbrush for the little taco on here to get the little deets in there. But I glued these 2 together so that they don't like move all over the place. So feel free to do that as well. And that is it, guys. It's a lot, I know, but it's so cute and it's easy. Once you start dabbing on, you'll get the hang of it. So don't forget to share your pictures of your final products. As always, thank you for ordering, and I hope you have a margarita while you paint this tray. All right, bye guys.